turn the microphone on is a good plan. Okay, good morning everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Glenleathann, Farming Simulator 22. It is, well, July 4. I don't think I've actually got anything I need to do today. If we check the fields, we have a rather large area these days. So that's... Let's turn the grass. Let's turn the poplars on. No, they were on. Let's turn the grass on. Okay. So, I am not seeing anything yellow. We did cultivated that, and we'll take a wander out there in a minute. As far as fields are concerned, the pH is reasonable. There's some bits in here that probably need to be limed. We don't do liming in grass fields until... That looks a bit bad too. Until winter. Well, we'll think about that. Nitrogen, yes, this bit here. Nitrogen is nitrogen. So, last week we had a really bad time with our internet service provider. Oh, actually, while we're looking at stuff, let's check. Upcoming weather next month. Looks like... Oh, it actually looks like it's going to rain overnight, so that's good. Animals, lots of food. Animals, still a lot of food. And cows. Oh, we need to get feeding cows. Okay, we'll do that right away. We'll check here. And I am not really seeing anything I want, so let's go get on with feeding the cows, and I'll talk about things as we go. So last week we had a really bad time with our internet service provider. So much so the stream cut out on multiple occasions. I basically managed to get the first 40 minutes of the stream captured to YouTube. Couple of breaks, not really sure where in the stream it actually re-established, but I hadn't noticed the break, so I just assumed it was still going. And when I looked the second time, it's sort of, why have I only been streaming for an hour, whereas in actual fact I'd been streaming for probably about 2 hours by that point. Anyway, so I then, by the end of the stream, I had another about hour and 20 minutes captured, and that was all we got. So that was enough for about 5 videos out to YouTube, where normally we'd stream for ages. But that, after that 1 hour 20 minutes, I got like 3 less than 30-second stream captures, and that was it. And so at that point I decided, well, there's nothing I can do, so stream got called early without announcement. It's probably why I was having issues with Discord as well. Searching on Discord just wasn't working, and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, internet service was pretty poor last week. They were supposed to do maintenance yesterday afternoon, with potential for no internet service. Didn't notice. That didn't happen. So, anyway, that's where we are. I carried on playing until lunchtime. So we were on July 1, I've moved time on to July 4. And I decided I didn't actually have to. Thinking about it, that field we harvested the oats from, I'm not doing anything with that for until spring. We'll probably put sorghum in that field. We could turn that off. And that was the other thing I forgot to check. What was I going to check? Check the animals. Check the productions. We've got no oil running. We have 3,596. So wheat's about to expire. Oats, we've got a lot of those. Butter, cheese, pasteurized milk. I've added chocolate to the mix. We're making bread. We're not making dough again. We're probably out of eggs. Yep. So we'll deactivate the dough for a while. And let's go chickens. We have no eggs in that. And we have no eggs in that. I'm guessing we don't have eggs. But we do have pallets of eggs breaking. Yeah, see, that's not producing much. So our big slowdown at the moment is not enough eggs. But we'll see how that works over the course of the day. It does make, we've got a fair amount of dough made, so our production of bread-like substances is not held up too badly. Okay. Pretty sure I do have some maize in production, so we are going to be foraging that later the year. Actually, maybe soon. Where is our? Didn't check on that. This is our corn. Yeah, that's our sunflowers. There's corn. That's our corn. And turn off the grass. Yeah, that's got a couple of months to grow yet. So not a big deal there. Oh. So we were down to 40,000 cow food. This will put us back up to about 80. So we're going to make a lot of cow food this morning, I'm afraid. Has to be done every so often. Ooh, that's steep. So, still on the lookout for a good FarmSim 25 map. Still haven't found one yet. But that's all what it is. Didn't use any manure this time around. And unfortunately I've discovered I can't empty that truck anywhere. Like if I wanted to sell the manure, that's not the truck to put it in. So I'm gonna, well, okay, so I'm gonna have to find a field that I want to put some low nitrogen crop in. Oh no, it doesn't, actually it doesn't matter. No, what I was going to say, I'm going to have to find some field. No, because we just top off the nitrogen levels with, oh, I turned it off, with manure or slurry, but I don't really go all out to make sure we've got a ton of it. Obviously, if I'm going to do something like planting grass only needs 40, so I never need to add anything for that. So anyway, this is number 3. This should put us up to 100,000 food. And I think once we've done feeding the cows, we can skip on to August 1. Let's see what that brings us. As I said, I want to get up to over 160,000, so we're going to make 3 more cars. At least it doesn't take long with the self-propelled system. Obviously with the trailed one, I have to hitch the tractor to it, then I need a telehandler to bucket or drop bales in, and it does take a very long time. Let's take the tea bag out of the teacup. So what's this week? This week is 10th to 14th. So after finally fixing down all the railroad boards in the basement for the track bed, I have this single week I managed to actually put all of the foam board down as well. And Larry Puckett, the DCC guy, he released a video on how he sticks his foam board to the tables, which I was hoping he'd do the week before I actually tried to do that. But he did some other video last week, Friday. This week he did the gluing the foam board, which I've already done. But he also drew the track pan on the foam, and I thought that is a really neat idea. So this week I'm going to start on doing that. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of it because I do need some of the track radius templates, and I just put an order in this week just gone, and they didn't start processing it until Friday, so I'm going to have to wait until that that gets here. Now the week before I'd ordered a couple of tighter radius bends, and I ordered them on Friday, they arrived on Friday. So I'm kind of hoping this Friday these new ones arrive and I can get down to finishing off the mainline track plan. But that's going to take me a little bit of time to get that in place. So I'll get the tighter bends and the straight sections done. Then I'll have to wait till Friday to finish the last of it. Next step after that is to glue cork down, and I've got all the adhesives and brushes for that. Then I can start laying track. But again, I have to be careful. I'm going to have to set up the drills to drill holes for cabling, for power to the track, and I think I might need to order a couple more bits and pieces as well. Also got myself 100 foot of fairly thick dual cable, so I'll be wiring up the main bus as a single dual cable and then running the feeds off of that. For that I'm also going to need some terminal strips, but I might hold off getting those until what's tomorrow? March, April. Might I hold off for them until April? Spread the cost out. Also, we're moving into the second quarter of the year, and there is something I want to buy that I didn't put on pre-order. So when it comes into stock, I'm going to have to step on it fairly quickly or not have one. Oh, I did get the open wagons. I pre-ordered, I think this time last year. 3 locomotive coal trucks, locomotive coal trucks. So specifically, the railroad companies used to mark LOCO on the side of their trucks that they used to replenish coal at the locomotive sheds. So I got 3 of those, and then I got 3 with sort of crossbars that you would drape a tarp over to protect what's in the truck. So they've now arrived. So I've got a good selection of general purpose and locomotive coal wagons. But not too fussed about really going to town getting wagons. Wagons are the sorts of thing that my grandfather's model trains. My grandmother used to buy him freight cars for Christmas for his birthday, because they're fairly cheap, and whoa, that's a lot. And you don't really have to ask a lot of the time. So she knew she could just walk into the local model store. Now we don't have that option because the local model store is like 10,000 miles away. But you can go onto the internet to specific stores and just say, yes, search for something in this range, search criteria, and order what you want, and they'll arrive a week later generally. I have one pre-ordered locomotive that won't be here until probably around Christmas, maybe November, and another one, like I said, it was supposed to be released the beginning of the year, and they got their final samples and discovered that the chimneys were not straight, so they had to send it back to the factory and say, yeah, we need this to be straightened. So that's all in progress, but it did delay the release by 3 months. But should be good. if the model shops still have any when I get round to ordering them. I'm modelling the 1930s, which for the railroad company that I model is not a particularly favoured livery. They changed their livery in the early 1920s when the smallest railroad companies were rolled into the big four. And at that point they changed their livery. They then changed their livery to more stylized corporate logo, which happened in the early 30s and ran through to the 1940s. And then they changed their logo again until nationalisation in 1948. So a lot of people do post 1942 and into British Rail 1950, 1960s. Advantage with 1950s, 1960s, you get a good supply of road vehicles that aren't horses and carts. You get a good supply of diesel trains as well as steam trains, and things are a little bit more modern. 1930s, road traffic is fairly limited, and you only get steam trains. And then the other one is the 1920s, which is really old stuff, but that's also fairly popular for the railroad company that I model. So with any luck, there will be less of a demand on the 1930s paint scheme for the locomotive that comes out this quarter. So I'm not going to be upset that, oh, there aren't enough of them. There will probably be more of them than there are of any other model livery. So, yay for that. I've lost count of how many I've done. We'll do one more at least. And then I'll look at the cow food supply. Let's take it from this side. Okay, cows, how much food have you got? Oh, with it. We'll just do this one. Oh, I hope this hasn't bugged out again. I will not be happy. Oh, this is looking depressingly problematic. Well, I will say this. Fortunately, we are coming to the end of this series. So if we do get blocked from using the entire bunker and the back half is just completely blocked in, that will not be an issue. I don't think I'm going to use much more than the amount of silage we see here. We've still got 540,000 litres here, but that's not releasing. Oh, hello. Well, welcome to reports. Bye-bye. Close. I'm guessing that was the ding from earlier that didn't actually show up anywhere. Yeah, this is... Where's my food wagon? This is looking like the silage bunkers are bugged out again. I'm not happy with that. But fortunately, as I said, we don't need these. We are... Today's... Oops. Me crashing into stuff. Today's the 15th. We are going to stream 22nd, 29th on Glenleathann. And... 5 or 12. I think we're away on the 5th of April. So there will be no stream on the 5th of April, and then I'm looking to start Farm Sim 25. There's a new Saturday series on be about the 12th of April. So with that out of the way, I don't care that we have no available silage in those silage pits, because I've got no way to empty those if the plastic wrap doesn't come off. Okay, so that takes us to 220, 215, close enough. Park this over by the edge of the thing. We can turn that off, and all the things are in the places. I bought this. This was on sale, so we sold the old tractor hauled wagon and bought that because it was used. But that's not the issue. I had. So I came out here with the manure wagon. I set it to spread